Here's how home care agencies are finally stopping open shifts from turning into client complaints, caregiver burnout, and silent churn without hiring more staff or living in constant fire drill mode. Most agency owners know this feeling all too well. A caregiver calls out, the schedule breaks, your team scrambles, and suddenly one uncovered shift puts everything at risk. It doesn't look dramatic at first, it's just one shift. But behind the scenes, families start wondering if they can rely on you. Caregivers feel the pressure, and leadership gets pulled back into operational chaos. Again, you check your phone at night, not because you want to, but because you're waiting for the next escalation. Another open shift, another tense call, another reminder that growth feels fragile when coverage isn't stable. At 50, 80, 120 active clients, scheduling stops being a task and becomes a liability. And the real danger is this: clients don't always complain before they leave. They lose confidence quietly. They talk to case managers quietly. And one day the discharge notice arrives without warning. Then when it hits, this wasn't a care issue. It was a reliability issue. You've tried fixing it, you added another scheduler, you bought scheduling software, you asked your team to be more proactive, but call-outs still happen. After-hours gaps still exist, and leadership still ends up holding the problem. So the cycle continues: more stress, more reactivity, and more time spent managing chaos instead of building the agency you envisioned. If this feels uncomfortably familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, this isn't a people problem, it's a system problem. Here's the truth: most agencies don't realize soon enough. Open shifts don't just affect schedules, they affect trust, retention, and growth. Families don't judge you by effort, they judge you by consistency. One uncovered shift creates doubt, two create concern, and soon your agency feels risky, even if your care quality is excellent. At scale, scheduling chaos becomes the invisible ceiling holding your business back. Not because you can't grow, but because growth feels dangerous when coverage isn't controlled. Most agencies rely on manual coordination, stressed schedulers, memory-based follow-ups, and hope that nothing goes wrong after hours. Hope is not an operational strategy. High-performing agencies don't rely on heroics. They rely on systems with accountability. They treat scheduling like a control function, not a daily emergency. That's the difference. And once scheduling becomes controlled, everything else stabilizes. Caregiver experience improves, family confidence increases, leadership stress drops, growth becomes predictable. This isn't theory. It's what happens when open shifts are managed as a measurable KPI, not a recurring surprise. But delay has consequences. Every week, open shifts continue. Another family questions reliability. Another caregiver feels burnt out. Another leader spends time firefighting instead of scaling. Eventually, agencies plateau, not because demand disappears, but because operations can't keep up. This is exactly why we built this scheduling control tower. Not software, not extra admin help, a dedicated healthcare native scheduling operation built specifically for home care agencies with 50 to 150 active clients. Here's how it works. We install a scheduler pod, healthcare trained professionals who operate directly inside your EMR. WellSky, Access Care, Alaya Care, or whatever system you already use. Every open shift follows a clear predefined path. Assignment logic, backup coverage layers, no-show rapid redeploy, after-hours surge windows. If a caregiver cancels, escalation begins immediately. If coverage isn't found at one level, it moves automatically to the next. Nothing waits until morning. Nothing relies on memory. Nothing depends on one exhausted coordinator. And everything is tracked. You receive a live dashboard showing open shifts, fill rates, response times, SLA compliance. You don't guess if schedules are under control, you see it. From day one, everything is HIPAA ready, backed by a signed BAA and mapped to SOPs already proven in agencies your size. Most agencies are live in 7 to 10 days and see visible improvement within the first billing cycle. And because scheduling impacts retention and revenue, we remove the risk. If we don't deliver measurable improvement, you get a refund or replacement. Imagine opening your dashboard and seeing schedules stabilized, without emergency texts, or late night calls. Families feel confident, caregivers feel supported, and leadership finally stops reacting. Your agency grows because operations are reliable, not fragile. Evenings become quiet again, weekends stay yours, and scheduling stops being the thing that controls your life. Your reputation strengthens, not because you're perfect, but because you're consistent. And instead of worrying about the next open shift, you focus on growth, care quality, and building something that lasts. If that's what you want for your agency, your team, and your family life, the next step is simple. Click the button below. You'll answer a few quick questions and book a call with our team. On that call, we'll show you exactly how the scheduling control tower integrates with your EMR, how dashboards work, and how we can start driving open shifts down within the next 7 to 10 days. No pressure, just a clear walkthrough of the system and the metrics. Stop letting open shifts quietly cost you clients, caregivers, and peace of mind. This is your chance to replace chaos with control and build an agency that runs smoothly even when things go wrong. Book your call now. Install the scheduling control tower and watch what happens when scheduling finally works for your agency, not against it.